Hello and welcome to ReginaldESQ. I'm Underhook and this is my review of the Tier 2 main battle tank, the Patton 48. So this tank is in the Wolfie garage. So let's have a look at Wolfie here. So we can see the Patton 48, there it is sitting there at Tier 2 and is the main battle tank from the Wolfie. I love saying Wolfie. And on the Shishkin side, we have the T54, which I have already reviewed if you are interested in it. So, is this tank any good? Look, it's not a bad tank, but I don't think it's as good as the T54, the other Tier 2 main battle tank. Currently in the game, because there's not a lot of players, we're still in beta. You're never really top tier. You might get a very lucky game where you're top tier, but generally speaking, you're against at least tier 3s and sometimes tier 4s. And this gun has a lower penetration than a T54 and very much struggles against tier 3 main battle tanks. If you were top tier, if there was lots of tier 2 games going, where there are tier 2 and tier 1 tanks in it, then the higher rate of fire, although lower damage, but the higher rate of fire would probably make this tank pretty good. But at the moment, the high rate of fire, low damage, low pen doesn't cut it as well as the T54's higher damage per round, and also the T54's better armored. So all round that's better, but this tank is okay. It's not a dud, and it does, the front wheel bounce a lot of sort of low sort of scout tanks and stuff from the front, and the turret is all right. I'll talk about that a little bit more. Let's actually talk about the tank in general. It has 1105 hit points, which is more than the T54. T54 has 930 hit points, so it has that advantage there. The tank also has a speed of 49 kilometers per hour, which is the same as the T54, but it accelerates more quickly, getting from 0 to 32 miles per hour in 7.3, sorry, I think that's kilometers an hour, in 7.3 seconds compared to the 9 seconds on the T54. So it accelerates a lot better. The turret traverse though isn't as good. At 23 degrees a second, the turret turns fairly slowly, and it is noticeable in battle. You do struggle with scouts coming after you. So 23 is slow compared to the 27 of the T54. The view range with the commander's 40, he's fully qualified the commander, so he gives an extra 40 meters to view range. And with that, I think it's with that, the view range is 400 meters, which is the same as the T54. Camouflage on this tank is awful at 0.05 compared to 0.165 on the T54. They both don't have good camouflage because they are, of course, main battle tanks. But to give you an idea, the T54 there is a much lower profile tank than the Patton 48. So the Patton 48 is quite easily spotted. And it's also a bigger target, which is a bit of a worry when you're playing tier 3 and tier 4 games. It's harder to hide this tank. Gun depression of 9 degrees and 4 degrees. I'm not sure what's out the front, what's out the back. This tank looks like it could actually well have 9 degrees out the front, but I'm not 100% sure. It's a bit hard in this game sometimes to tell with gun depression. The T54 has 9 and 6, so it has better depression somewhere. I think it's probably 9 out the front and 4 out the back. I think that's how it works in this game. Accuracy of 0.14 is very good, but not as good as the 0.12 on the T54. The aim time of 2.56 seconds is very good for a main battle tank and is quite a bit better than the 3.12 on the T54. So this guy does aim well, and that is an advantage. Like I say, I think if you're against tier 2 and tier 1 tanks, it would be quite good with the quick aim time and the high rate of fire. But it would work well because you'd be able to penetrate people and just keep the shots pumping out there. But being at the moment you're facing tier 3, tier 4, pretty much every battle, it doesn't sort of work at the moment too well. Now the armor on this tank, it has, you can see the blue there, the blue numbers are the hull armor, and the white numbers are or grey numbers are the turret armor. So it has 110 mils of armor at the front, 76 on the side, and 35 at the back, which is not as good as the hull armor on T54, which has 120 at the front, 80 at the sides, and 60 at the rear. The turret is pretty good from the front at 178 millimeters. The side of the turret is 76, and the rear of the turret is 51. But still, that's nowhere near as good as the T-54, which has 205 millimeters of armor at the front. So not as well armored. The hull is pretty soft actually, and the turret is not bad, but just not as good as its counterpart. I have a small repair kit fitted for offhand repairs, and I carry a large spare parts kit, which increases repair speed by 10%, just passively does that, and the medical kit passively increases crew resilience by 15%. So I just carry those for that. I don't actually use them. I have the intercom communication system fitted to the universal slot to just boost the crew skills by 5%. My commander is fully trained, and the other guys all have one skill each. So this person has a smooth ride, which improved accuracy while moving by 20%. This one has shoot from the hip, which reduces the biggest size that the reticle can be by 20%. And this guy has rapid fire, which helps increase the loading time by 5%, or reduce, sorry, the loading time by 5%. All right, let's have a look at some gameplay and see how this tank performs, and take it from there. Oops, before we do that, I haven't explained the gun very well. So the gun does, with AP ammo, has a penetration of 177 millimeters and does an average of 208 damage. Now, when you compare that to the T-54, which has 186 millimeters of penetration, it's 9 more millimeters, and does 251. That's quite a bit more damage per shot. Although its rate of fire is slower on the T-54, this one just tends to bounce a lot of shots. Being too that the T-54 is better armored, so if you're up against the T-54, it has better armor and better pen, which is kind of like a double problem. So yeah, that is an issue. Now the AP ammunition, as we've just spoken about, the HE ammunition has a penetrating damage between 197 and 241, non-penetrating damage from 32 to 160, and has full armor threshold of a penetration of 12 millimeters, which is terrible, and minimum damage for the threshold is 89 millimeters. So if the armor is thicker than 89, it won't do any damage at all, basically. So yes, now the speed of the HE shells is 500. Speed of the AP shells is, doesn't say. Should be 12. It's 1550. That is phenomenally fast. Actually, that's a faster moving shell than the T-54 has. I think it only has 1200. So great for long range shooting on this tank, or shooting at moving tanks. And on this particular, the heat rounds, we have 750 milliseconds, and it has 145 millimeters of penetration. So heat in this game has less penetration than AP, and does 235 damage per shot. The that's interesting that no, it's not. Okay, let's get into some gameplay. All right, so we finally got a game after waiting about 9 minutes. 7 aside. It's a tier 4 game. The enemy team has a tier 4 tank. We don't have any though. We have tier 3s and 2 tier 2s. They also have 2 tier 2s. So we're at a slight disadvantage. I had to wait a while to get this game. It's very hard to get low tier games. So no matter how bad this game is, it's going to have to stand. Oh, nice bit of destructible environment there. Didn't think that would break off that bit. I'm going to try and get to that building. Hopefully I'll make it. Come on, you can do it. Don't get shot. Oh, okay. I think a jet just flew past and I thought it was a missile coming for me. Alright, so there's people up here, apparently. I can't see them as yet. Oh, there's someone. Oh, there he is. Can we get a shot on him? Missed him. And he's backed off. Darn it. Didn't have a lot to shoot at. It was only a turret or something popping up. Now, as you can see there, it's a dull red. They become a bright red when you have a shot on them, apparently. Oh, you're kidding, that missed. It looked good to me. Don't know how we missed with that shot. We haven't been spotted though, so we're obviously a fair way away. That was really disappointing, missing that shot. Now we're in trouble. I have to move up to where that other AMX, AMP, or whatever it is up there. If I make it across without getting hit. Otherwise, they're going to come around and come down there and flank us. So I have to try and flank them from behind first. We haven't got much in front of them. Got to keep going. Bugger it. This is not very good. Oh, they're already at our base. Oh my god. Well, we're not going to win. Just hopefully we can get a shot in. Oh, he's going to stay there. Please stay there. Oh, you kidding me? That missed? Well, so much for the fantastic accuracy I've been telling you about in Armoured Warfare. Enemy destroyed. Okay, we got him. So it was a blind shot. I think he realised he'd gone off our radar and thought he was safe to keep shooting, but... That was close. Yes, it was close, sir. So I did get shot there from another tank, but I've pulled back, hopefully just far enough. Okay, so I managed to get him down. I'm being shot now by this guy here. Oh, I've been hit by a couple of big hits from something. Okay, here they come. Might as well just see if I can get a shot in. Oh, you're kidding. Well, that was a tier 4 tank, that one there. It's got the nice, I think it's called Ice package, that paint job. It's a premium tank, I think, but they perform no better than anything else. They've just got a nice paint job. Alright, well this is another Patton 48, so we may as well follow him. He's on full health, and he's been trying to cap, which he's the last tank alive, so trying to cap, I would normally say terrible idea, but I suppose it was the only remote chance we had of winning, because he's not exactly going to destroy everyone. You can see there the main battle tank armor standing up okay to this little scout tank, whatever you call him. He misses that shot here. It's very hard to hit moving targets at the moment. Keep focusing on it, mate. You'll get it. Fired too late. Look, he may be playing from Australia or New Zealand and having the same problem that I'm having in that very hard to hit moving targets. Poor bugger. It's hard in a tier 2 tank in a tier 4 game, unfortunately. Alright, well considering I think we had a reasonable game, we got a few good shots in anyway. We did 1,016 damage. How many hit points do we have again? 1105, so a little bit less than our health worth of damage, but not too bad. We got 2 kills though, so that was really good. We did a couple of spots as well, and let's have a look. Yeah, there you go. Fairly lightly armoured tanks. Well, that was a tier 2 tank. Actually, both the tanks that we were hitting were tier 2, so we didn't really have to shoot at anything that was high tier, although I think the one that hit us was a tier 4, that one with the ice package. Was that Object 430? Was that him? 5 kills and 2,800 damage, so he dominated the battlefield. We actually did the most damage on our team. So we out-damaged all of our tier 3s, so that was good going. The other Patton 48 unfortunately didn't manage to do any damage. So it wasn't really a good demo of that. But anyway, we did okay. We fired 11 shots. 7 of our shots hit. 5 of them penetrated. So we've got 5 penetrating hits in. That's not too bad. Let's see. How much did we bounce? We bounced 245. So we bounced a shot from somebody probably. Oh no. Okay, no, it was that multi-fire gun. We bounced quite a few of its shots. So 24 shots ricocheted off our armor. Yeah, okay, there you go. I might as well do the credit earnings. With a premium account was 743, reputation, and 34,000 in credits. Okay, let's try another game. Okay, so the map is Pipelines. And it's a tier 4 game, which is a bit of a disaster for us, but this is very common when you're playing a tier 2 or tier 1 tank. Well, tier 1 you end up with tier 3s a lot. Anyway, the enemy has 4 tier 4s, all the rest are tier 3s, and I have two tier 2s, and we have 1 tier 2, which is me. If you are playing low tiers in this game, don't expect to have a very good win rate. Yeah. Particularly if you're a reasonably... Well, it depends what tank you're in, I guess. If you manage to get in... the Walker Bulldog at tier 2 is an exceptionally good tank. It is, in my opinion, way overpowered. But I'm not going to mention anything to Armored Warfare about it, because at the moment you have to go so often against higher tiers anyway that you need overpowered tanks in the lower tiers. So, but I think once they get the game sorted out, they'll probably have to do something about that Walker Bulldog, because it is very, very good indeed. I've had quite a few tier 3 and tier 4 games in Walker Bulldog where I finished on top for team results. I will review that soon. Alright, so what's this tank in front of us? That's a Type 59. He's a tier 3. Whoa, I've been spotted. They must be behind me, because how else could they have spotted me already? So I'll just go around this corner, I think. Now we know there's a tank up here. Here it is. Can he shoot me through the... My experience, when you shoot through anything, even a small truck, it seems to not go through them. It doesn't penetrate the tank behind. I was able there to shoot through that tank. That's what he's trying to shoot through as well. Now, I'm not sure if we've got any arty in this game. I don't recognise any of their tanks as being arty, the names of them. Still trying to get used to the names. I'm not having any luck with this guy. And because I can't read the red writing, I can't tell what tank he is. I don't know if there's any point in me trying to shoot him through this crack here or not. He's in a good spot. He knows what he's doing. Oh, not one of my shots has actually hit what I aimed at. They're all hitting that truck, and it's not blind. Hang on. Maybe if we get rid of that truck for starters. No pen. Okay, at least we hit him that time. I just wanted to shoot him just in time before my tank went in front of my shot. Let's see if we can get his cupola. At least see if we can... Actually, you know what? I'm going to switch to HE. Missed him. So hopefully if we can hit him with a couple of HE shells. Good. So at least we're doing some damage, and maybe we can damage his vision devices or something. We're not doing much damage, like we did 15 damage or something. So he shot me with HE as well. But, you know, I'm a tier 2. So if I'm damaging him, that's bad for him. Alright, I'm going to load AP again. Oh, damn. The HE shell would have been perfect for that tank. That's a problem. Alright, we might have to move forward now and support this other guy. Just hope we don't get plastered on the way up there. Good. That helped. Alright, that's great. I'm quite happy with how we've done in this game, and even if the game ends now, I would be reasonably happy. If we get killed now, I'll still be reasonably happy. We've helped with that kill. We irritated the other guy with a bit of HE. At least we were... Hopefully we did a bit of crits to him. I don't know if we did do any crits, but... Trouble with this gun is it doesn't do a lot of damage. So when you're tier 2 not doing much damage, even for a tier 2, it makes it pretty tough. No pen. That's not good. We want pen. Come on. No effect. That's not good, man. Alright, switching to HE again. There's just no point. I just can't hit these bastards. I can't damage them, so... We're not tracking him or anything. He's not worried about me, but hopefully we damage a module or something. Alright, we've got his back now, so I'm loading AP. If he's not worried, he might turn his back to us. I think that's the back of his tank. Maybe it's the front. You're kidding, that's a ricochet. What the hell is this tank? Alright, back to HE. He's on low health. We get a HE shell in, it might be enough.
Identify target. Hostile tank. Ahead. Turret ring damaged. Loader penetrated. You hit us hard. Identify. Direct hit. Hostile tank. Load AP. Load HE.
What? No, AP.
Loader AP. Tank damage. Loader AP. Tracked. Loader HE. Identify target. Hostile tank. Tracked up. Up. Nailed him. Loader HE. Nailed him. Identify. Hostile tank.
Well, I shot into his cupola then, but I blew up. And what I found with my lag, I've even hit tanks and they've said, nailed him and everything. I've seen the damage go up and then I've died like that and I never hit them. Okay, so we did 469 damage and 433 spot damage, spotting 3 tanks. Total, with premium, our reputation came up to 671. Without premium, it was 447. And we got 30,000 credits. Now, I did find this tank earns a lot more reputation than the T54 does. It's really weird in this game. Some tanks earn a lot and some don't. For doing like the same sort of a job. I had a game in my T54 where I did 1,000 damage and 2,500 spotting damage. It was a tier 4 game. I came second on the stats, and I got about 700 reputation. And I just couldn't believe it. So it's a much lower reputation earning tank than this one. This one, I've had games where if you do your hit points within damage, you can expect about 1,000. So it's a bit different. Anyway, moving right along. We hit the Lev 300, which is a tier 4 tank. We did 191 to that and got a kill assist for that one. Type 59, 87 points of damage, which is not much. I think that was all that HE we were hitting it. These are Type 3 main battle tanks. Type 59, a premium tank, and 191 on that one. And we got spotting damage on it though for 229, and spotting on a Type 2 tier 2 T54 there as well. So we finished sort of middle of the pack there. The enemy had plenty of tanks left, and quite a few of their tier 3s really did well with over 2,000 damage, so they kind of carried them. Their tier 4s actually didn't do all that well. On our team, our tier 4s did pretty well, but tier 3s possibly, he did all right. I don't know. We lost anyway. So we only did damage to one module with all that HE, so not very good. Wasn't too happy with that. We fired 33 rounds. Off the 33, 23 of them hit, which does show you this thing does have a very good rate of fire. Enemies damage 3. We did potential 1861 damage, but actual 469 damage. The damage from penetrating hits was 191, so one hit did penetrate. I think that was against that was the LAV, wasn't it? Yeah, the light armored vehicle. We didn't manage to penetrate the Type 59s at all. This gun doesn't have great pen. Damage caused by explosions 208, so that was all the HE damage. Explosive hits 10, so we hit with 10 shells, so average of 20, just over 20 damage per round that hit of the HE. Damage by ramming 24, and we destroyed one module on a tank, probably, I don't know what it was. Don't want to go into too much detail. We bounced 851 damage off our tank. We received 16 hits, so some of them might have been from that LAV and might have bounced. That has a sort of an auto cannon type gun. And that's it. We got, as I said, 671 with premium of the reputation and 30,000 credits. Thanks for watching the review. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and have fun. We'll see you next time.